Hi, this is Deirdre Macnamara here in the first of the PowerPoint 2010 videos. Just to open up Microsoft PowerPoint, you click on the Start button, click on All Programs, and then look for Microsoft Office. Where's it gone? Microsoft Office, and then look for Microsoft PowerPoint 2010. That's the purple or the orange page. So if you click on there, and it takes you straight into a blank presentation. So the first thing you do when you open a new presentation is decide on the color scheme you're going to use for this presentation. So you're on the Home tab up here. Home is selected and you can see it's white. We're going to move now to the Design tab. So I'm going to click here with my mouse and I click on Design. I'm just clicking there. And here I can choose, in the themes area, I can choose a colour scheme. Now, you might not have quite as many as that. Yours might only come halfway along. If I hold my mouse slowly over, I can see them. And to get some more, this button here, if I click on that option there, I can see a whole array of colours. So I'm going to choose, for example, this one here. So I'm going to click Waveform. And you can see it has set the design for this presentation. So I'm just going to click in here and type in my initials, keep the typing short, and I'm not going to bother putting in any subtitle in down here. Now I need to add another slide, so I'm on the Design tab. I need to go back to the Home tab. So up here I click on the Home tab and I need to click on New Slide. There are two parts to this button. There's the top half, which will give me a slide the same as the one I'm in, or if I click on the bottom half here, it gives me my options. So what I want to do is I want a title and content slide, so I'm just going to click here on title and content. Now I'm going to click in here and I'll just put in Office, for example. Now here is where I put in my bullet points, so I'm going to click in here and I'm going to type in Word, and I'm going to press enter to move on to a new bullet point. Now I would like to move in to a lower level bullet point, so I click on the increase list level, or on my keyboard I could press the tab key. So I'm going to press that, and in here I'll just type in tables and I press enter, and I'll type in for example page numbers. And again, I'm moving on to a blank bullet point before I try to move back out to the edge again. So I click on decrease list level, or on the keyboard that's shift and tab, and that moves you back out. So I type in Excel and press enter, and I want to move in again, so I click on increase list level and I type in adding and multiply, and press enter. Again, I'm on a blank bullet point before I move out to the edge, and I type in PowerPoint. Again, onto a blank bullet point and move in, and we'll have bullets and pictures. Okay, so at a very basic level, that's how you do text slides in Microsoft PowerPoint 2010. I'm now going to take a look at doing a two content slide, and in this case the type of two content slide I'll choose is a comparison slide. So I'm going to choose in here, I clicked on the bottom half of that button and I'm choosing a comparison slide. This gives me a placeholder for a title for the whole slide, and a title for the left hand side and a title for the right hand side. So I'm going to just type in here, I don't know, baking and boiling. And baking is done in the oven, and press enter, and it is a dry method of cooking. Boiling is it's done on the hob, and it is a wet method of cooking. And up the top I'm going to give it a title, so I'll just say methods of cooking. Now yours might look slightly different if you chose a different design. So I'm just going to show you how choosing a different design will affect how this particular slide looks. So again, I'm going to go back to my Design tab up here. So I click on Design, and if I choose, for example, this pink one here, you can see now the title for the left hand side is now down the bottom and the bullet points are in the middle. Whereas if I choose this one here, you can see the titles for the left side are up the top and the bullets are down the bottom. So the design you choose will affect how the slide lays out. So I'm just going to go back to a sort of a bluey coloured slide, which is a more traditional layout for slides. Now I'm going to take a quick look at how this presentation will flow. To run your presentation, you click on the slideshow option tab up the top here. So I click on slideshow, and on this ribbon down here I choose from beginning. So I click on from beginning, and to move along through the presentation I click with my mouse or I press the down arrow key on the keyboard. So I'm clicking with my mouse to go through the presentation. You end up with this black screen which says end of slideshow, and I click again to come out. Next thing I need to do is I need to save this presentation. So I'm going to click on File, I'm going to click on Save As, and up here I'm going to choose where I'm going to place it. I'm going to choose, for example, my network drive, and I'm going to move down into a temporary folder. Okay, and up here you can see that's my network drive and that's the temporary folder I'm in. I'm going to call this First Show. Okay, this is where I'm putting it. First Show is what I'm calling it. It's saved as a PowerPoint presentation, and click on Save. Now, when you go to print in PowerPoint, if you click on the File tab and click on Print, in here it normally prints one whole slide per page, which is the default setting or the normal setting. To change that, if you choose in this section here, instead of saying full page slides, if you click in there and choose 6 slides horizontal, you can see here they're laying out a possible 6 slides on the page, or I could choose 3 slides, and that gives you a place to actually write in your titles. Okay, I make sure the correct printer is chosen. For me, that will be the academic. You might be using the ComLab colour or black and white printer, and then you're going to say how many copies. Normally you just want 1 copy, whether you actually want to print in colour or not, or you could choose grayscale, and click on the print option. Okay, in this case I actually don't want to print it, so I'm not going to waste paper. And now I'm finished with this presentation, so I'd like to close it. So again, if you're on the Home tab, you just go to File and click on Close. And now PowerPoint is still open, but my presentation has been closed. Thank you.